We're going to have some fun now. What we're going to do is we're going to test the impact performance on different practical or tactical tools. We have pens, pencils, some markers, all right? And if you scan around the room, what I have is people of different ranks, heights, shapes, ages, right? So this gentleman right here, it's your first day in class today, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have a guy, it's very first day in class. We have white sashes, brown sashes, yellow sashes, okay? So I have a piece of wood here. I've broken a lot of wood. We all, martial artists, and people can break boards, no big deal. But I'm not going to use my hand and my fist or my elbow. What I'm going to use is the tip of the surefire. One of two things is going to happen. It's either going to go through it or it's going to put a nice size hole in it. Either way, this metal tip should be a good effect against my opponent. I'm going to use a basic knife grip with my thumb underneath to support it, okay? So right from here, I'm coming in, it goes right through, okay? So it goes through the piece of wood. What you see here is that it puts a good 1/4 inch hole into the wood otherwise. So for jabbing and poking, it's really good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to debunk a myth here, right? Here's a gentleman with a pencil, right? This is known in jail as a shank, right? You got a pencil, number 2 pencil or something, with some tape wrapped around it. This here, he's going to hold in the same grip. This time, I'm going to let him come straight down with the stab, right? Or either way, make sure you hit the middle. He's going to hit it with the pencil. Go ahead, right? Watch what happens. It breaks in half, okay? This becomes very useless. Don't try to defend yourself with a pencil. We're not in 3rd grade. This isn't. All right, so we're going to move on to the next couple of items that we have. These are made by a company that makes some nightstick tactical stylus. These are Kubotans. They're polymer. We have one that's got a round edge and one that's got a pointed edge. All right, this one, these were provided by a company called Products for Life. Thanks, Mike. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to come with flat edge one, either with a hammer fist or an overhead. I think what I want to do is come with this overhead a little bit like if I was coming, if this gentleman were to grab me and I were to boom, right, and come right to his chest, all right? So we're just going to come like this. It goes right through it. Kubotan, traditional self-defense weapon, very effective, been around forever. Not everyone can carry them. My wife works for a school. She's got one on a keychain. She has to leave it in the car every time she leaves her car, so she walks through the parking lot back to her car without her Kubotan, right? But we're going to go ahead and try the pointed tipped one. When you're ready. Okay. So it broke the tip there off the edge. Now we want to focus more towards the middle, guys, of the wood. Again, right? So when he holds this here, use this one here. It's a little bit denser because it's a little bit shorter, right? What we want to show is how this tip, right, comes down and puts these little indentations in here. This is holding up pretty good to these stabs, right? This key ring actually kind of is flipping into my hand. That kind of is uncomfortable. But you show it's got these little 1/8 of an inch indentions in there. You can see that there is absolutely 0 damage to this polymer Kubotan. It's lighter than aluminum. Looks like it's holding up. The next thing that we're going to try, he's got a spiked stylus, right? This is a tactical stylus. And we have a dull-edged one, okay? So Lawrence here is going to hold it. We're going to change the wood. Give me a new piece of wood, please. Okay? He's going to come with a hammer fist with the pointed stylus. All right, stop. Okay, what has happened here? The point on the stylus is gone. It did put a little hole in the wood, so I guess effectively it would have punctured the skin, and but the tip is gone. So the puncturing part of it is no longer in effect. It didn't seem to snap, so the rest of the body held up. However, it's like a smashed crayon. This time what we're going to do is Tony is going to use the one that has got no point to it, and he's going to come down with an overhead hammer fist with it. Okay, so again, it put a hole in the wood about 1/8 of an inch. It did not snap. And it did kind of compress a little bit. It did smash in a little bit. But overall, I would say the body of the tactical stylus is still good. These cost about $7. Not bad. We're going to move on. Alright, so what we're going to do now with this piece of wood is we're again going to work a pencil, right? Again, I don't think this pencil is a very good idea. It's poking these holes in here. It's good for stabbing, but as soon as you put any type of leverage pressure in here, it's going to break, okay? So that sharpened pencil, if you're using chin na, come-along techniques, it's not that good. You can poke little holes in somebody, but you got to remember that you're trying to stop someone with a lot of adrenaline. Next is going to be a Fisher Space pen. This pen is nice. I don't like about it is for self-defense is it's kind of small, barely sticks out of my hand, and the cap is like a self-adjusting cap that goes up and down. So you have to make sure you have a really strong grip, and the tighter the grip, the less the tip sticks out, and I don't feel like I can hit it very hard, okay? And if he were to grab me with this, right, I don't really think I have too much leverage with the pen tip. So I don't think the Fisher pen truly is a good practical weapon. Next, what we're going to do is a cut-off end piece from a cold steel collie stick, a screamer stick. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a brand new student, who's a big guy, so he should be able to use this pretty good, okay? And he's just going to come down with a hammer fist overhead like this, and I want you to smash the middle. Please make sure not to come smashing straight through. When you're ready, now you need to hold your thumb on top, okay? When you're ready. Good job. So we're coming to the close of our performance on impact for these impact weapons. What I have here is a tactical flashlight. This flashlight was expensive. It was well over $100. And it's mine. I hope I don't break it because I don't know if I have my warranty card. So the Surefire ones, or some of these flashlights have like these beveled edges. This one doesn't. So I'm not going to hit it with the button side. I'm just going to hit it with the side of the brand and hope I don't break the glass. So ready? So here it goes. Oh man, it flashed. Didn't break. And now it doesn't want to turn off. I don't recommend, I don't recommend using these things for self-defense because you will just absolutely ruin the electronics. It's obviously for a last-ditch effort. For a flashlight, or a police officer, or whatever, it's great, but unless you don't really care about it, don't use it. Alright, there's a lot of other things you can use without ruining them. Okay, we're going to test a big pen. So Maya, come over here. Maya is another student. He's a white sash, he's a beginner. He's going to come down with a red big pen when you're ready. Alright, so poke a little hole in it. I don't know if this guy right here, if you take a look at him, right? This big guy right here was grabbing him and choking him. I don't know if that would have stopped him, okay? So this pen here, it looks like it's still good. Seems like it writes. Great for 10 cents. I don't know, but I definitely wouldn't, use this. Is a newspaper. This was the Onion. It's funny. We're gonna roll it up. This kind of works better with magazines. This isn't for breaking boards. I don't think it's gonna work with breaking wood. But Tony, come here. All right. Tell me on a scale of 1 to 5 how this feels. Pretty painful, right? Do you think if I came as hard as I could, that the tip of this, what would happen? Knockout. It would be a knockout, right? So you can take a magazine or a newspaper, something like this. He grabbed, boom, and I came in like this. With a newspaper or magazine, you just created the corner of a brick, all right? So if you're a lady, a guy that's not very big and strong, you've just created an ultimate fist to hit and not hurt your hand, okay? If this works against a piece of wood, I doubt it, right? It smashes. So it doesn't really have a lot of power against something solid. However, because it hardens at the tip, right? It becomes an awful weapon for impact. So the cheapest tactical weapon you can get is a rolled up newspaper or a magazine.